Alright, queens and kings, let's get into this tutorial of this bomb and Brussels sprout stir fry that I made yesterday. The flavor and everything was so on point. So I have rustic potatoes. I love to use them in almost everything. I like to cube them because I still want the texture when I actually do eat whatever the hell I'm making. I'm going to go ahead and just set those aside while I put some extra virgin olive oil into my saute pan. Now my video is sped up, so even though it may look like it's a little bit slower, it's not. So please don't overheat your oil, okay, y'all? Now, while my potatoes are cooking, because you do have to cook them first because they do take a little bit longer in order for them to get a little soft. So I'm about to cut up my onions and my bell peppers. And I love using fresh onions, fresh garlic, hell, fresh anything. Especially it brings out so much more flavor. So I'm gonna just slice them just a little bit because I don't want my onions to overpower my dish. I completely forgot to have a utensil on the side, so I had to grab one real quick so that my potatoes don't stick to the pan. I'm gonna go ahead and just putting my onions to the side while I actually cut these beautiful bell peppers that I got from Vons. Now I typically get the $5 bag, especially if the bigger ones aren't looking to the quality I actually like. And not to mention, I feel like I get a little bit more with the small ones. So I'm just slicing those versus dicing them or anything else. Again, texture is definitely what I am going for in this stir fry. Alright, so now I'm just going to go ahead and just combine those two together. My potatoes, of course, are still cooking. And just mix them together because I want them to... Well, honestly, I don't know. I just felt like playing my veggies. So next, I'm going to cook my Brussels sprouts. I mean, not cook them, but cut them up. The Brussels sprouts are actually the last thing, the last veggie that I put in there before my rice. But anyways, I'm going to square them. And I don't want my Brussels sprouts to be super chunky. I want them to have a good size to them. But since I'm not really putting too many Brussels sprouts in there, I want to make sure that I even them out because I have a tendency of putting a certain amount in there, at least not enough to where my ratio be off, and I end up with more Brussels sprouts or veggies in one than I do in another dish. So consistency is definitely what I'm looking for. Alright, so I want to go ahead and add in my onions and my bell peppers to my potatoes that are in the pan. I'm going to saute them up for about 15 minutes. And after that, add in my Brussels sprouts. Now I want to mix them in really thoroughly because I really want to get a good color on them. Before I add in the remainder of the ingredients. Again, I always want to make sure that my products that I'm using are gluten-free. So I want to go ahead and add it in my red wine vinegar and also my rice and top it off with some soy sauce. And this is the fun part because, well, I get to incorporate all of that in together so that I end up with this beautiful meal in.